wine. You may have your Thanksgiving menu planned, but you can't forget about the wine. Our next guest is here to tell us what wines to serve, from the apps all the way to the pumpkin pie. Wine expert and educator Kirk Peterson joins us now in studio. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Love these segments. Maybe because I'm a wino, but that's okay. All right, we want to talk about what wines to serve. Maybe you're not a big wino and you need to know what wine can go from start to finish during the meal. What can we do?
Sure. Well, you know, the Thanksgiving meal is a very diverse meal. If you were to enjoy this in a fine dining establishment, you would have 8 courses as opposed to one big plate.
Right.
Which causes some challenges from a wine pairing standpoint, but luckily, really, wine pairing is more about not making catastrophic mistakes.
Okay.
And that's easy to do. Just bring sparkling.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Prosecco, Champagne, Franciacorta, Cava. If you don't know what situation you're going into, and this doesn't just apply to Thanksgiving, almost any situation, bring sparkling wine.
Very nice. And would that be for, can you bring that as a hostess gift or a host gift as well?
Absolutely. Always appropriate, because it's something that can be drunk both as an aperitif prior to the food, but it can also match with the food.
Wonderful. Oh, that's so exciting to know. Okay, now what about these red wines you have here? Can this go from start to finish?
Certainly. So it's a matter of, well, you know, wine has all these different flavors, these fruit flavors and oak flavors. Really, it's the structure of wine that's going to make it most compatible with your food. So maybe you play light jazz, maybe you play 90s hip hop, maybe you play 80s. The more important thing when you're hosting that is the actual volume of the music. So too with wine. So in these reds, just go for something in the medium-bodied or less. I've selected a Barbera, a domestic Pinot Noir. These medium-bodied wines have a tendency not to be overly tannic, overly concentrated, and as a consequence, they match very well with a diverse number of foods.
And so I was actually wondering, you know, because we were thinking, okay, turkey is a white meat, you might want to pair it with a white wine, but that may not be the case with these reds.
Certainly. I mean, I think that people have a tendency just to gravitate towards red wine, especially as it gets colder. It's like a seasonal thing. But white wine is applicable as well. Pinot Grigio, Chardonnay, knock yourself out.
Okay. You also have something fun here, some mulled wine. How do you make this?
Well, so let's say that instead of this happening, it goes very, very poorly. You can just make mulled wine. So what mulled wine is basically the warm version of sangria for all intents and purposes.
I love that.
So you take a red wine base, you season it or flavor it with a little bit of sugar, sometimes a little bit of citrus juice, and then seasonal baking spices.
Can we put the, what do you call these again? I was going to say condiments. That's definitely not the right word.
They're a condiment.
Okay, so let's see.
So here we have some cassia bark or cinnamon.
Cinnamon stick.
Sure. We have a little bit of star anise.
I love these. They're so beautiful. Here, I'm going to show you because they're so pretty. They're like little stars. They make me happy. All right, I'm going to throw that in.
And then probably one of the most crucial is a little bit of citrus zest.
Okay.
And here's a little pro tip. Give a little squeeze, You see the orange will pop out?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, I never knew that. It's like getting a mist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of bitters.
Extra
I'm
orange
even
flavor.
going to do this because
There you
I'm
go.
real fancy. Wonderful. All right. Cheers. And Kirk, thank you so much for taking us through our Thanksgiving wine list.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving.
All right. You too. Happy Thanksgiving. And Rachel, over to you.